All right, let's do it, man. Woo! Life after lockup. I keep, you know, it's cool when we forget that Lacey's on the show.
And then the show started off with Lacey
Right.
screaming, "What do
Now,
you want to
Brittany,
ask me?"
right? I know she's dying to tell the truth. But our third co-host, Brittany Reed, who is on the show, coincidentally, she's not here this week due to a prior engagement. So, but she said that Lacey is a very savvy business person and she knows how to stay on TV. What do you think, Mary
I
Kruger?
think Lacey is a savvy businesswoman in many ways. As we know, she has her little side businesses as well as
What do you
Shane.
mean, her OnlyFans? Everybody
Yes,
knows she's a webcam girl,
yeah,
though.
she's a
That's been known,
webcam
right?
girl. She has her
Yeah.
OnlyFans. She
I
has
assume you're
this.
saying this because of the incredible hypocrisy that she is displaying, where she's all worried that Shane is having contact with men for sexual reasons, and the answer is because it's on his OnlyFans, right? So
Right.
there's a lot of hypocrisy going on
And
here.
I'm sure Lacey has had contact with men on her OnlyFans
Right.
for sexual
But so
reasons.
he failed the polygraph test question about
Right.
that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
So
Shane
then
is
it seems,
and Shane isn't happy about the whole thing because of like the way it's making him seem. And he
yeah.
wants to ask Lacey his own question, and she's like flipping out. But what do you want to ask me? What do you want to ask me? And he's like, just,
Does
well,
she want to tell the truth? Is that's what is it? Like, it almost made it seem like she, is dying to tell him the truth.
I think she wanted him to ask her whatever he wanted to ask because she's now hooked up to a lie detector so she can lie her ass off.
But why is she like daring him to ask her?
Because she's a manipulative, crazy bitch.
I feel like she has a guilty conscience and she just wants to spill it.
I don't think she does.
Like, you
I really,
don't?
no, I really don't. I really don't. I
Okay.
think Lacey is very narcissistic and all she gives a shit is about Lacey. And if
Yeah, I
John,
mean, it is pretty
and if
amazing,
John,
right?
and
He's
if,
making money. Sorry
yeah,
for interrupting. I
no, and if
apologize for interrupting.
John at the moment is making her feel good, then she's going to go with John. Shane at the moment is, the father of her child. I guess he's making some money off of the OnlyFans. So that's,
Yeah,
providing right now.
I know. I feel like that's why she should shut the fuck up since that's the way she makes money too.
Exactly. But she's a big
So
hypocrite.
much hypocrisy.
She's a
Yeah,
big hypocrite.
exactly.
So they're in the car, and then John's calling her while they're in the car. And she's just, conveniently not taking John's call.
Well, she blocks them, right? Because later in the episode we see John saying, "Oh, she's blocked me," and that's what she does when she's with someone.
Yeah.
Okay. So I
Yeah.
guess he's been doing this dance with her for a long time. They're so toxic.
Yes,
And
they
she's
are.
like, if Shane asked me if John calls me, I would tell him, but he doesn't ask. And it's like, that's what I mean. She's dying to tell the truth, or she's daring him to ask for the truth. I don't like her.
No, I think she's just a big fat liar. Because eventually when she gets busted, that will be her go-to excuse. Well, you never asked me if I was talking to John.
You're so right. That is so
If you
right.
would have asked me, I would have told you, but you never asked me. So I never told you. So it's your fault for not asking me.
Yeah, maybe she knows how to stay on TV, but I do not feel that I would hang out with her. Not
Definitely
that she
not.
would want to hang with me. I'm just
No,
saying
she
I don't
wouldn't want
need
to
that
hang with us,
bitch.
Brianna. I don't think she would
No.
want to hang with
Well, we're
us.
like, way older than her too. Actually, she's in her 30s, right?
Yeah, she is.
She's not even that super young. Although Shane is, he's a baby.
Yeah, Shane's the baby.
All right, so let's move on to Ray and Brittany, who,
Yes.
again, Brittany is not here this week, but she'll be back week after next. Do I have that right?
Yes, week after
Yeah,
next.
so 2 weeks, yeah. So this was fascinating, right? You have been married for so long, you probably don't even remember what it's like to be in a new relationship. But that whole thing with oh, you don't want to hang out with me, oh, you're hanging out with your cousin, and why do you like? I feel like I've done that before.
Right.
Now,
And
if
I
my husband
also,
said, I'd be like, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, same here. And I also get where she was coming from. And I actually tweeted this. Her delivery might have been a little rough, but her message made sense. He is just fresh off the ankle monitor. She
Right,
doesn't know who this cousin is. She doesn't know that there could be drugs in the house, there could be guns in the house. She doesn't know if there could be other felons in the house. She doesn't know what kind of situation Ray could be possibly putting himself in without realizing. And before you know it, all it takes is 1 second and Ray could find himself back in jail. And I understand, her delivery was rough. Don't get me wrong, she was a little rough, but the message, I understood her message that she,
yeah.
is
But
kind of like,
is that the dynamic you want to set up, where it's like you're policing your partner? Because I
no,
feel like
but
that's dangerous
but
territory.
I still get where she's coming from because he's fresh off the ankle monitor and he's on parole.
Right.
So I mean, he may not necessarily think things through, like, oh, I'm just gonna go hang out with my cousin, and
Right.
there's other people there. He may not necessarily think about all these things. And like I say,
Well,
it just takes one
so like
incident.
if I'm sorry, I keep cutting you
No, it's
off. I
okay.
apologize.
No, I'm just saying it just takes one incident and Ray can
Yeah.
find himself back in jail.
Right. But okay, so you don't want the dynamic to turn into she's my mother, right? That's terrible.
No,
But he could have like planned it in advance and said, "Hey, I want to go have some guy time with my cousin so and so. He lives right down the block.
right.
No shade, but I've been locked up here for ages. I need a little guy time, and I'm going." If he had handled it that way, I feel like it would have been less shady. And I'm not saying I don't know if it was shady or not, but I feel like she would have probably reacted better if he did it
Yes,
that way, right?
yes, yes.
And then devil's advocate, like let the man go have some fun. Like he's
Yeah,
really
no,
been
I mean,
through it.
I'm not
So
saying that she should lock him down and he shouldn't be able to go and have fun with his boys, but I understand her
no, I
point of
agree.
view.
No, we're just talking through pros and cons on all sides, right? Like I guess the fact that there are many sides shows you that this is a difficult situation.
Right. But then he made the mistake of not communicating. And we all know how us women get when our men do not communicate with
You
us.
mean when they turn off the phone?
Yep. And they don't
Yeah,
respond to texts and they
it's so
don't
annoying.
answer our calls. So Brittany's about to get turned up.
Yeah, uh-huh. I know. I support this day drinking. So like
Yes.
she's mad at him for going and they're doing mimosas in the kitchen. Ray splits and Brittany's just like pouring more in the glass. And I was like, girl, I feel you. And then
Yes.
later her friend comes over and is like, isn't it early to be drinking? And I was like, no, it's not.
5 o'clock
Go girl, drink
somewhere.
it up.
5 o'clock
Right.
somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah, I first off want to say that hat and her wavy hair, she looked so cute on this
Yes,
episode.
she did. She looked very
I
cute.
told her that. I messaged her to let her know. And I
Yes.
also let her know that I also would be blowing up his phone. I'm not proud of that. Like, I feel like you get better results when you act like you don't give a shit, even if you do. But
Mm-hmm.
it's hard, man.
It is
It's
hard.
hard.
It is
Do you
hard.
think anything shady's going on though?
No, I think
It
he's just
might
hanging out.
be.
No, I think he's just hanging out with his cousin and
He might not have that many relationships that he's been in since he's been in prison for a while, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to John and Christiana on their wedding day.
Yes. Which I don't know why. I have a soft spot for them.
You do?
I do.
Tell me what you think.
I really want them to work. I know this is like his 18th marriage, but I really want it to work. I really want Christiana to stay clean, to be happy, and for them to ride off in the sunset together. And I really want that for Christiana, but I really, really want it for her mom. I felt so bad
Oh,
when her mom, was like
yeah.
starting to get ready and she asked Christiana, "Was I a good mom to you girls?" I
Well,
mean,
because both her kids are addicts,
yes,
which is so that's got she knows there's something that, that there was some involvement from her that created this, right? But
right.
wasn't she? I thought she was
No,
an
I don't think
addict
she
at some
no, I
point.
don't think she was an addict.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
she was an I think she was just a single mother that just
Yeah.
worked a lot. I think Christiana just said her mom worked
Yeah.
a lot and her and her sister just, had a lot of, free time because their mom worked a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she said to her
Hmm.
mom, you always provided everything for us. There was always food on the table. You always did everything for us.
Right. So let me ask you this. I mean, how fucked up was it that John called her and said, "Don't come." And then mom is crying at the wedding and Christiana's upset because Tara's not coming and he's not telling them. That was
Yeah, that is
uncool in
pretty
my
fucked up.
opinion.
That is pretty
Yeah.
fucked up. And he did that totally for a selfish, shady reason.
Yeah.
Because he knows, well, I want to say he's doing it for two reasons. We know Tara is actively on drugs. Okay. And he doesn't want to bring her around Christiana. And secondly, he doesn't want Tara to come around because he doesn't want her to blow his spot about exactly what happened between them. Because I really do believe it was more than flirting.
You
And
think they got down?
I mean, I don't know. But I think it was more than flirting. I think it
Maybe.
was I think it was more than that innocent little back rub that we saw.
Maybe. So I felt very moved by her kid coming to the wedding.
Yes, that was so
That looks
sweet.
painful and raw. It just seems super raw.
Yes, it did.
It's really sucky to have a parent who's an addict,
Mm-hmm.
and it's nobody's fault really, but
And you could
still.
just really feel Christiana's guilt. That's
Yeah,
one
and
thing.
also how much she loves her kid.
Yes.
And also like that kid um has such wisdom. You can really see that he's very wise and nurturing and, said really lovely things to his mom. That reminded me of my kid, actually.
Yeah.
The kids, so that's good. Good for
Yeah.
him. I just want to close this out by saying, man, Christiana's eyebrows looked great in this episode.
Yes,
I
they
don't know who
did,
was
didn't
doing
they?
her wedding makeup, but I was like, girl, you got it together with the eyebrows. Good for
Yes.
you.
They look great.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to Stan and the bad weave.
Oh my God,
I
do we
don't
have
know
to?
whose hair is. Yes, we do. But like, who has more fucked up hair, Stan or Lisa?
Lisa. My
Don't
vote
think
is for
too long.
Lisa. My
Lisa.
vote is for Lisa.
Okay, there you go.
So first of all, he comes
So,
home with these roses that I agree with
right.
Lisa. He looked like he snatched them from a gravesite
Oh my God.
as
I
he
thought
was
it
walking
was like
out of the fucking
Safeway
cemetery.
roses.
I know, I swear, it looked like he
Fucked
snatched them
up.
as he was walking out of the cemetery. off of someone's gravesite.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Okay,
Seriously.
number one.
Yeah. He comes
Okay,
in apologizing.
yes. He's always
Yeah.
apologizing.
And
He's always
then,
apologizing for
yeah,
something. You notice that? He's always apologizing.
I just don't like how he would. I don't like that she set him up. Okay, we've already discussed that this can be a very bad idea, but I hate that he fell for it, and I hate that he's lying to her face. Although
Yes.
this could all be fake. They would be the couple who production like put together. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know if they're for real or what. Yeah.
No.
And she's like, he's cheap. And he's like, well, I like to think of myself as not missing out on a good deal. And he's
He's
like,
just
these bottles of
frugal.
wine are,
He's
he's
just
frugal.
frugal. He's not cheap.
Yeah. Because his wine costs $6 to $7 a bottle. That's like the kind of shit I buy and cook with, you know?
That sounds like that box wine shit that my father-in-law drinks. And I think the
Oh,
box wine
really?
and the box wine is more expensive than that. I think it's $10 a box.
Hmm. Stan, you're a cheap bastard.
Yeah, Stan, you're a
You
cheap
you with
bastard.
your millions. You notice like we don't really know what Stan does except for like some investments.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe he has been able to live on that money. Maybe he hasn't worked at all. And he was able to live on that money since he inherited it because he does not spend it.
Yes, because he is frugal. That's why he's a millionaire. Because he spends
Yeah.
$6 on a bottle of fucking wine. That's why he's a millionaire.
Yeah, keep that in mind, people.
So Lisa's teaching
Anyways,
him a
so
lesson, and
right.
Renata's coming to pick her up.
Yeah, she's gonna get some from
Mm-hmm.
Renata. That's what I
But
feel is
first,
happening here.
but first, she wanted money from Stan.
Yeah,
So
right. Oh my God. It's so uncomfortable. How uncomfortable is it to watch that whole interaction? I
so
hope they're actors.
he got $70 in cash. So he gave her $70 in cash. And she's like, what am I supposed to do with this? I mean, it's just what the fuck, Brianna. That's all I have to say. She's
I
hitting
don't
him up
know.
for
I could
money.
totally go to lunch for $70.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
You know,
She
sorry you can't have a new dress for lunch. You know, poor you. Get a job.
right? Poor you.
Yeah.
So she's
There's
gonna
really
get
no story
revenge.
here happening except Stan's a liar and she's gonna pull it out of her pocket when the time is right,
Right.
essentially.
Exactly.
Yeah. And they both have fucked up hair.
Yes.
So, but the real shit show of this episode was Deontay, Nicole, and Tia
Oh
by
my God,
far.
was that a shit show?
Right? So, like, this is really, first of all, they don't know if he's going to show up
Right.
because he's late.
Right.
And then Tia starts quizzing Nicole about whether she has feelings for Deontay.
Right.
And she
Right.
says she does, which is making Tia very insecure.
Yes. Tia's not happy to hear that because Tia thought that Deontay was just a wallet to Nicole. And now Nicole has feelings for the wallet? Like, what the fuck? He was just
Right.
supposed to be an ATM.
Which he kind of was, looked
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then Deontay's going through this all in his mind, and he's like, I don't know if I could sleep with that chick. He's like, but maybe she'd look good with her clothes off, and she might. I don't know. There was some weird gender politics happening here that I kept wondering if I was like it's kind of not okay to say you look like a dude. Like maybe she's, gender queer and that's just her look. So I don't that bothered me that he said that. You know,
Yes.
she is a woman. She's clearly a
Yes.
woman.
Yes.
She does not ask to be called he or him. I'm just calling that out.
Right.
He was being microaggressive. I mean,
Yes,
they
he
were both
was.
being macro aggressive, but that was a little microaggressive.
Yes, that was a little
Anyway, so it
microaggressive.
turns out that there's like this massive misunderstanding. he thinks they're all going to be having threesomes. And Tia's like, I don't fuck men, okay? I'm a lesbian. So that's not happening. And Nicole's all, oh, I just thought he was going to hang out with us and give us money.
Right. We just invited him to pay for lunch. Who's fucking talking about threesomes?
Poor Deontay.
Like, what the fuck? I love that one point when him and Tia were arguing, and he's like, I'm a Marine. I'll kick your ass. I was like, Deontay.
I thought he was. Why did she say something about him being an MMA fighter? Or was she just being sarcastic?
Yeah, I
Like,
think. Yeah, I think she.
yeah.
Yeah,
You're
I
like,
think she
I
was.
don't care if you're an MMA fighter. I'm totally not scared of you.
Yeah, I
So
think
do
she
you
was.
think Nicole does have actual feelings for Deontay, or is she's just upset because Tia's upset? Like, why is she crying?
I think she is upset because Tia's upset, and everything is just imploding.
That's what happens when you're a dishonest little bitch.
Yes, I don't
She
think
made this
Nicole
happen.
gives two shits about Deontay.
I don't either. But I think she loves Tia.
Yeah, she loves Tia, and she wants, to do whatever she can for Tia. And they came up with this grand plan as using Deontay as an ATM. And now the plan is imploding, and Deontay and Tia are arguing in front of her, and she's having a meltdown. That's it.
Pretty much.
End of
Okay, well,
episode.
that brings us to the end of the episode. I don't know what else to say. Everybody's wrong.
Yes. Everybody's
Everybody
wrong.
did something wrong with this episode. We could run through the mistakes, but like there's not one person that is acting right. Not one. Let us quickly review. Shane and Lacey. Lacey's acting like a crazy person. Ray and Brittany. Brittany, maybe you got a little bit overheated, okay? Ray, you were also wrong because you didn't communicate well, and
You need to
made yourself seem
communicate.
shady. Exactly.
Yes.
John and Christiana. John is he's okay. I'm not gonna fault
John's
Christiana
being
for
shady.
anything.
No, John's being shady.
Right.
John's being shady with the whole Tiara situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I made the contention that absolutely everyone was wrong on this episode, but I don't think Christiana was wrong at all.
Christiana was wrong for standing in front of her son in those black shorts while she was getting ready to be put in her wedding dress.
Okay.
That was uncalled for.
A fashion don't happen.
Yes,
there.
that was a fashion
whack.
don't. Yeah, that was whack. So yes, Christiana was wrong for that.
Okay. Stan and Lisa, wrong. Both
wrong,
of them, just
wrong,
wrong.
just wrong.
Yeah.
Just stamp wrong.
Right. And same with Deontay, Nicole, and Tia.
Yes.
Everybody's wrong.
Yes.
So if you take anything away from this episode, that's what I want you to take away. They were all wrong.
Yes. They were all wrong.
And whatever we said is right.
Yes. Because we're always right. Right, Brianna?
Clearly, we are.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Well, I hope you have a lovely day, night, morning, week, weekend, wherever you are, whenever you're listening to this. I would like to ask you to please subscribe to this podcast. We also have 90 Day Fiance, it's a Survivor podcast. So click the little button. We have tons of cast interviews, and we want this to be a relationship, not just like a drive-by.
Yes, we want a long-term relationship with you guys.
Yeah, we want to be close to you.
Yeah, so hit subscribe.
Hit the subscribe button. Okay, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.